going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another video. Today we're going to be breaking down the 2019 Philadelphia Eagles schedule. It is officially out. It was supposed to come out at 8 p.m., but, you know, things leak, and I first saw it on Twitter, and it is now on bleedinggreennation.com. So let's go ahead and just go through it, check it out. I'm going to give you my initial thoughts. I kind of skimmed through it really quick, but I didn't really pay attention to the home and aways and the bye week and the, you know, the primetime games and whatnot. So let's just take a look at it. Let me know what you guys think. If you're an Eagles fan, down below in the comments section, how do you feel about it? Give me your record predictions. Give me your tough games, your easy games, any feelings that you got down below in the comments section. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So week number one, we start off with the divisional game at home against the Redskins. I kind of figured this was going to happen because I'm pretty sure I saw that the Giants and Cowboys were playing each other, and it just seems like that tends to happen when those two guys play each other. We play Washington starting the season. So I feel confident that we will win this game. Of course, all these predictions could go incredibly wrong. You never know with injuries and everything of that nature, but I feel confident that we should. I don't know, the Redskins always really annoy me sometimes, though. Like, they're always not supposed to be good, and then they annoy me, and they beat us. But, you know, I think with their quarterback situation, I think they're going to be better offensively. Not so good defensively. I think they'll be okay. But, you know, with Landon Collins there now, I think defensively they'll be okay. But I think that's a win at home, at the Link. No reason why we shouldn't win that game. Week number two, I think this is going to be a tough one. I think this is a loss. Sunday Night Football, I'm excited about that, in Atlanta. You know, we beat them the last two matchups to open the season last year, on the way to the Super Bowl the previous year to that. But in Atlanta, primetime game. You know, I think this is going to be a tough spot, just being on the road in a primetime game against a team who's pretty good. And forgive me if I'm wrong here, but I think Atlanta usually kind of starts off good every year, and they usually kind of fade down the end and then don't win in the playoffs, or blow, you know, huge leads in Super Bowls and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna say that's a loss, tough game. But that's going to be a very good early test, because I'm sure our confidence is going to be extremely high after week one, after beating Washington, and then we're going to have a test. If they can go on the road in a primetime spot, beat a pretty solid team in a tough place to play, that'll bode very well. Week number three at home against the Lions. Don't see any reason why we should lose this game. Again, you never know with injuries and whatnot, but I feel pretty confident. Don't really have too many thoughts on that game. Against Detroit. It's at home, so I like the home away at home. And then we're away again, week four, another primetime game, Thursday Night Football. I guess it's best that we're coming off of, you know, like, hopefully one of the easier games on our schedule is Detroit at home. It's good that we're coming off a game like that and then going to a Thursday game. If you're going to see a short rest game, I guess, I mean, there's no statistical things to prove this, but I'm saying that I like to see maybe an easier game before a short rest game. So maybe, you know, maybe it's going to be a blowout and it won't be a stressful game against Detroit. But I hate to say it, probably going to be an L in Green Bay Thursday Night Football. Probably. Could be wrong. I don't know, man. Packers, they're a little turmoil, new coach. Aaron Rodgers getting towards the back half of his career, but I'm going to chalk that one up to being an L, just because it's going to be a road game. So that's kind of tough when you hear my predictions, because 2-2, not a great start, not something we would expect, right? Not something we want. Week number five should be a win, but I think the Jets are going to be a more tough opponent for some teams this year than most people might think with the new acquisitions they got. New York Jets, though, at home. I like the Eagles to win that one at home, making us 3-2. Here comes a really tough stretch of games at Minnesota. I hate to say it, but I could see that one being a loss too. So that's now 3-3. At Minnesota, tough place to play, except for when you're playing the Patriots in the Super Bowl. It's not too tough then. But I just don't feel confident about that game at all. Again, it's another. We got some tough road games this year. Week 7 at the Cowboys. I'm never going to say we're going to lose to the Cowboys, so even if I think it's going to be a tough game, we're still going to win. So at Dallas, I think they're frauds. I think, they had a good season last year. I'll give them their props. Yay, yippee. But there's just no way that I'm ever going to pick Dallas to win a game in any type of schedule prediction ever. So what would that be? 4-3 now? It's a nasty record, man. Nasty record. Week 8 at Buffalo. I'm excited about this one because I'm probably going to be going to this game. Living in New York, living in Syracuse, New York. 2-hour trip for me. I know there's going to be some other fellow Syracuse Eagle fans going there. I think we'll probably see a decent turnout of just Philadelphia-based fans traveling to Buffalo because it's not that far of a trip. Buffalo's a tough place to play, but I just don't think that they're that good of a team to where we're going to lose that game. So at this point, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are we? 5-3 at this point. Buffalo Bills should win that game, but I wouldn't take them lightly. Again, we don't know how the season's going to play out, what's going to happen, but I feel pretty confident that it's probably going to be a win. Week number 9, another very tough game, but being that it's at home, I think we'll be okay here. Chicago is going to be another tough team. We went to Chicago last year, beat them in a very, very tough playoff game, but I do feel confident in this win here. Just mainly because I think we're going to protect home field. I think we're going to win the majority, if not all, of our home games this year. And just looking at the back half of the schedule, we have some really tough opponents, but most of those guys are at home. So it looks like we're getting the tough road games out of the way. And then, the last half of the season, a lot of not easy, but a lot of home games. So I like where the bye week is. It's kind of in the middle, a little past the halfway point, but it's a good bye. It's not, it's not like a week 5 or week 4 bye. Those are atrocious. I don't know what week buys stop, but that is, it's later than I can remember. But I do say a win against Chicago if I didn't say that already. Then we have the bye week, and then we're at home against Super Bowl champion Patriots. This is going to be a good game. I'm excited for many reasons. It's the Patriots versus the Eagles. They just won the Super Bowl. It's defending Super Bowl champs. We got to get that win. It's also my birthday, so that's pretty cool. Probably going to try to make the trip to Philly for that one. I mean, the Patriots on my birthday at the Link. I got to be there. I got to go to that game. So I'm going to chalk this one as a win. I was wrong last year. I said that the Patriots dynasty is over and then they won a Super Bowl. I was wrong again. But I do think that I don't think Tom Brady can keep this up much longer, but I don't know. He's proven me wrong plenty of times, but I'm still going to say that's a win. So at this point, we're still at 3 losses. I've forgotten how many wins we've gotten at this point. I think that would be 7-3. Week 12, another really, really tough game. But it's at home, and that's why I said the back half of our schedule, at least it has some favorable matchups at home with Bears, Patriots, Seahawks. That's a tough 3 opponents in a row. I know there's a bye week in there as well. But at least all those games are at home. We get 3 games at home. Seattle, it's a Sunday night football game, so another primetime game. I believe that would be our 4th one of the season up until this point. I definitely will say that we win again there. So there's now, 8-3? But that won't be an easy game. I'm just happy we don't have to travel to Seattle. And being that it's a primetime game at the Link, the crowd's going to be pumped. It's going to be playoff season at this point. We're going to be pushing for towards the end of the season there. I think that's a win. Week 13 at Miami. That should be a win. Don't really have too many thoughts on that one other than my guess is Miami will stink by them. Not that it would have mattered, but there's going to be a huge crowd turnout in Miami. I think you'll see a lot of Eagles fans make a trip down there, and it'll be a home field advantage game even when it's on the road. And I think that should be an easy win. Man, I'm going through this schedule, and I'm now thinking to myself, are we really going to win out the rest of the season? Because now we're at the Giants, and it's another primetime game, a Monday night game, I believe. Our first and only Monday night game of the year against the Giants. I don't expect much from the Giants this year as long as Eli Manning is their quarterback. Who knows who they're going to draft? Who knows what could happen? But I say once again, that's another win. Yeah, not too many thoughts. I mean, the Giants are going to stink this year. Then we have Washington. At Washington, Week 15, another win. I don't really have many thoughts. I just don't think Washington's going to be very good this year. I could be totally wrong, and I am going to revisit this video as the season goes on and as the season completes. But I think that's another win. Week 16, Cowboys at home, December 22nd, Christmas season. Another win. Week 17, at New York, season's going to be over. We've already locked up a divisional title, and we're just going to rest, and we're going to probably lose that game, but it's not going to matter. So I'm going to say I'm just going to call it, we're going to lose to the Giants the last game of the season, but it's not going to matter because we're already going to have the division locked up. So I'm going with 12-4 this season with losses against the Giants, and that's because it's going to be for nothing. Falcons, Packers, and Vikings, which are all road games. And the last Giants game is a road game as well. But I definitely, I'm probably going to be wrong. I'm more than likely going to be wrong about all of these games or a lot of these games. But I do see 12 wins on this schedule. I think it's going to be very, very tough to start the season out with all these really good road opponents like the Falcons, the Packers, Vikings, Cowboys. But I think the back half favors us. Though it's against some tough opponents, we have that. And we have them at home. So I think we have that going for us. I like it. We have 5 primetime games, 1 Thursday night game, 3 Sunday night games, and 1 Monday night game. It's a little tough, and I'm going to be interested to see how the NFC plays out with the Giants, Redskins, Cowboys, Giants to finish the season off, and it's split 2 home, 2 away. I like the schedule though. Tough. There's a tough spot here with 3 road games. Tough spot with 2 primetime games on the road there. But again, I've said it a couple times now. We got 3 really good teams, but we all get them on the road with a bye, breaking them up there. Then we get some easy ones hopefully some easy ones with the Dolphins, Giants, and Redskins. This will probably be a big game. This game will probably decide the division, and it's at home. Looks like it's going to be a Troy Aikman, Joe Buck game. But I like the schedule. I can't complain there. Let me know what you guys think. Again, down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for tuning into the video. If you guys are new here, somehow you found me through the YouTube search, go ahead and hit that follow button. We'll be doing Philadelphia Eagles related videos. There's a lot of gaming on this channel, but you'll see some Eagles vlogs when I go to these games. Definitely going to the Buffalo game, and I'll try to go to at least 2 other ones, at least 1 more for sure. But it'll be more Eagles related stuff on here, so if you found me, thank you for clicking on my video and watching it. My name is Popular Stranger, and I'm out. Peace!